So this is the Human History Hall and explains how the Albertan used to live 1,000 years ago. This must be the first room that you should visit when you're visiting the Royal Alberta Museum for sure. Very interesting information about people living in Canada. So this is the carving technique on the stone. They did an amazing job carving the bison shape. Very impressive. So in this model, they try to explain a little bit how the Albertans used to hunt the bison 1,000 years ago, right? A group of people, a group of hunters, scared the bison, the herd, and they ran into this trap, right? Another hunters around, they were waiting for the bison, so they start attacking in there the bisons, and well, they use what they need, the fur, the meat, they use everything. So we continue in the history hall, and this area they will explain how the indigenous people use all the resources from the natural world to survive. Here you can see how the people used to create and build these boats, artisanal boats for fishing, for traveling through the rivers, how they work the beading to do these amazing decorations, and how they keep the spirituality even when they were colonized by the Europeans. It's a very interesting area. They will explain how was the contact with the first settlers or people who came to colonize, that was between the British and French. Indigenous people have lived in different parts of Alberta. So in this area we'll explore their ancient lifestyles on a journey through time over an immersed landscape. We'll discover how indigenous people maintain strong connection with significant places and histories of the past. This is an area that have the biggest collections from the past, and this is the way now we can learn more about the Alberta history in the past. This is a smoked meat, dry meat. This number is, this is the moose nose. This is a replica, it's not original. This is a beaver tail, and the number 15 is the tongue of a bison. This one. The number 5. This skeleton belongs to pastor. These are the clothing and some decorations, bags that the native used to make. Those are obviously handmade. There are beautiful details. You can see how they work it. Until now they continue this tradition. This is more of the area of the people who came to colonize. European, as we know, British and French were the first one who came, and there was a lot of battle between them to fighting for the fur. It was the most valuable thing. Those are the uniforms. Some of the weapons, they are originals. This is no replica. This video shows in a glance how the new settlers abuse of the indigenous people here in Alberta, not only Alberta, and the whole Canada. The way they create these residential schools to try to change the way they think, to try to just erase what they believe. It's just horrible that these schools were open until 1996. And even if the government is offering apologize, I think that this is going to be affect the people, indigenous people, forever, and it won't change the way they think about the government of Canada in general. So, something to think about it. I never forget. This is an iron lung. I have been used here in Alberta in 1956. They use these iron lungs to treat patients with polio, right? Polio sometimes attack severe that the people kind of couldn't breathe. Obviously, kids. Um, they used to place them in these iron lungs. Here goes the head of the person, right, and the body goes to the other side. Um, there is kind of a vest, a plastic vest, I believe, that they put to the patient. A doll of for courage. That have a history about this. Dorothy Hebler was a girl who born with polio, right? She couldn't breathe, so she was placed in the iron lung for 2 months. 11 years old Dorothy lay encased in an iron lung, so she couldn't even be visited by the mother or family or be kissed, right? Um, these dolls have an history. There is a reason why there are many of them. So for each time that Dorothy was determined to survive in this Ireland due to the polio, she received a little doll. When she finished the treatment, obviously in this Ireland, she received the biggest doll that we just saw before. Very hard, but that's the only way they could save the life. Wow, this is amazing. Look all the feathers. The decorations are just amazing, fantastic. How they did it, how they made it all this. You have the Occidental, the fiddle. Oh, where is this little animal? Oh, there's a mink. Very precious. People kill for this, and a lot of people were killed for this.